Hey, sports card fans, it's John, Wade Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. In this video, I'm going to be showing off the Wade Boggs cards of the day that I posted on social media last week. Now, if you watched my previous video, you're going to see a lot of similar cards that I showed off in that video. These are all part of the 2006 Upper Deck Epic Materials set. These are all game-used jersey cards, but there are multiple color variations, and Wade Boggs has two different versions of his card within that set. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show off some more 2006 Upper Deck Epic Materials Wade Boggs cards. Okay, as I mentioned that Wade Boggs has two different image sort of variation cards within this set. I ended last week's video with the first image of the dark purple parallel, and so here is the second sort of image variation of the dark purple. It is serial numbered out of 145. Now, I'm going to show a little bit later here one of the confusing aspects of these Epic Materials cards and the different color variations. This is the dark purple, all right? And one of the things you can tell is each of the color parallels or different versions have a different color here in this sort of a little nameplate, I guess, on the back that gives a little bit of background on the player, in this case, Wade Boggs. So this is the second version of the dark purple. The next one I have is the gold version, and unfortunately I only have one of the two gold versions. If I can get this to focus here, here we go. These are serial numbered out of 25, and I think these are the lowest serial numbered parallels within this set is the gold out of 25. And you can see here on the back, it has sort of a goldish color to it. So you would think that a lot of these parallel versions, and of course you can tell like the foil here is a goldish color. A lot of these you can tell by the serial number, but not all, and you'll see here in a minute. So that's the gold version, and as you can see here, this one here, he's in a home uniform, and his other picture variation is in a away uniform. All right, the next one, the next color variation or parallel is the green. And these greens are serial numbered to 75. Now there's I think a dark green, a green, and I don't think there's a light green, but I don't know why they chose a dark and a light version for some of these colored parallels. But again, depending on how these cards are scanned and if they're listed on eBay, sometimes they're really hard to tell. There you can see some of the green there, but you can also see some other colors sort of in there. So sometimes it's really hard to tell which color parallel is maybe being listed for sale other than the serial number. And as you can see, there's a green on the back there. So that is the first sort of image variation. I have one of the second as well, also out of 75. All right, moving on to the next color parallel is the gray parallel. And I mentioned golds were out of 25. These grays, I think, are the next lowest serial numbered cards. The grays are out of 40. So this one's number 25 out of 40, and it has like sort of like a brownish or copper. They call it gray. There's the color on the back. And of course, I have this version here, and the secondary card or image of Wade Boggs there, also in the gray color variation. All right, the last card is what they call the light purple. So I started off with a dark purple. This is image number 1 here of the light purple. Now, here's where I have ended up purchasing multiple copies of some of these cards as I tried to get all the different color variations. So you can see here that it's serial numbered out of 145, and there is the color on the back. So let me pull up again or bring up here the dark purple. All right. Now, if you notice, the light purple and dark purple, they decided, well, if I can get this focused here, these cards are so shiny that sometimes the focus isn't there. Let's see if I can, okay. So the dark purple, which is this one, is serial numbered out of 145, and the light purple, they also decided to serial number out of 145. And if you look like closely right here, it is so hard to tell which is the light purple and which is the dark purple. You can maybe see that's slightly darker, but again, if these cards are listed on eBay and all you see is serial numbered out of 145, depending on the light or the angle or how they took the photograph, it was really hard to decide, to figure out which is this the dark purple or is this the dark purple? Now let's switch over to the backs. All right. Now, okay, you can see on the backs here, that's a little bit darker than this light purple here, but not everyone would take pictures of the backs of these cards in the eBay listings. So again, sometimes I had to guess as to which one was the dark purple, which was the light purple. I think I have 3 copies of this card, the light purple, thinking that it was the dark purple version that I was missing at the time. So very confusing sometimes with this set. Upper Deck did not help player collectors when they were trying to go for the rainbow, so to speak, for these cards. Made it very difficult when they decided to use these light and dark similar colors that the foil on the front's really hard to decide. But at any rate, these are the 7 2006 Upper Deck Epic Materials Wade Boggs cards that I posted on social media last week. Would love to know if you're a player collector and run into some of these funky parallel versions that are really hard to figure out which one is which. Normally it's pretty simple and pretty easy to tell either by the serial number or a clear distinction within the colors. But would love to know whether there are any other examples like this that you've encountered out there. They're a bit of a frustration in terms of collecting all the different versions. And with that, that's all I have for you. Until next time, thanks for watching.